Never do this with a younger woman if you're over 40. Men must know this. Old Stoic Wisdom. As a man with a few decades under your belt, you're no stranger to life's ups and downs. Whether you're in your 40s, 50s, or beyond, you've likely carved out a path for yourself, building a career, perhaps raising a family, and experiencing the inevitable heartaches that come with the territory. You've seen the world and its complexities. But then, one day, she walks into your life, a younger woman, vibrant, energetic, full of untamed curiosity. There's something magnetic about her presence. It's more than just polite interest or casual banter, it's real attention. She laughs, she engages with you, and she looks at you as if you're someone worth getting to know. And in that moment, something shifts inside you. It's exhilarating, it's flattering. It awakens a side of you that's been dormant for years, and before you know it, you're caught in the whirlwind of youthful energy. But here's where many men falter. This is when the trap is set. The allure of feeling desired can cloud your judgment. You start to forget who you truly are, the man who's lived through the trials of life, who's gathered wisdom from his experiences. In the rush of feeling seen and appreciated again, you begin to lose yourself. You start shrinking to fit into her world, hoping to win her admiration. The problem is, in doing so, you abandon the very qualities that make you who you are, your confidence, your strength, and your self-respect. When you lower yourself to try to impress, you stop being the man she was drawn to. Instead, you become just another guy trying to prove something. And once that happens, the magic disappears. This isn't about shaming anyone. It's about understanding the deeper dynamics at play. It's about protecting the most valuable thing you have, your own masculinity and self-respect. It's not just dating advice. It's about living with wisdom and avoiding the pitfall of self-doubt and submission that can so easily creep in. If you've ever felt confused, manipulated, or lost direction in your interactions with a younger woman, this is your wake-up call. By the end of this, you'll understand where most men go wrong and how doing less, not more, can help you regain control, confidence, and clarity in your life. Rule 1. Don't try to be her age. You're not her peer, and that's the first truth you must accept. One of the biggest blunders older men make when dating younger women is trying to shrink themselves into her world. You see it all the time. Guys trying to talk like her, dress like her, jump on TikTok trends, use Gen Z slang, or pretend they're down with her favourite YouTubers. It might start with the best intentions. You want to connect, to build rapport, to feel relevant, but here's the catch: when you try to be her equal, you lose the very thing that makes you intriguing in the first place. You become just another guy, someone trying desperately to mimic her world rather than lead your own. The grounded, composed, experienced man you once were, gone. In its place is a hollow imitation, scrambling to catch up with her vibe. And she knows it. Women, particularly younger ones, have an uncanny ability to sense authenticity. It's not something they can always explain, but they feel when something is off. And believe me, the moment you try too hard to mirror her lifestyle, it doesn't just come off as awkward. It screams insecurity. Don't fall for the trap. Your age isn't a liability. It's your superpower. You've lived. You've fallen. You've risen. You have a deep, unshakable presence that only time can give you. That's the magic that draws her in. Not your ability to keep up with TikTok dances or your Netflix recommendations. No, it's your stillness, your wisdom, your leadership that's magnetic. For a real-world example, imagine you're out with her, and she says, "Oh my God, I'm obsessed with this 23-year-old influencer who gives the best relationship advice." Sure, you could nod and pretend you know exactly who they are. Maybe even pull out your phone and fake scroll for some street cred. But here's the better move. Smile, lean back, and say, "I don't really follow that stuff. I prefer conversations that don't disappear in 24 hours. Boom. One line. And you've just established your iron mind. No need to imitate. No need to compete. Just stand firm in your frame. This is what an older, wiser man does. It's mysterious. It's intriguing. It's magnetic. The paradox is simple. The more you stop trying to relate, the more irresistible you become. Don't try to be her age. Be the man who has the strength and stillness to lead, not follow. That's old Stoic wisdom in action, my friend. Rule 2, don't be her emotional sponge. Gentlemen, don't fall into the trap of becoming her emotional sponge. It starts harmlessly. She opens up about her toxic ex, absent father, or personal struggles. You listen, offer wisdom, and feel like the connection is deepening. But beware, this is where it can go wrong. You're older, wiser, more emotionally available, and you think you're building a bond, but slowly, you stop being the man she's attracted to and become her emotional support system. She calls you at midnight to unload her problems, and you're always there, thinking you're connecting, but you're not. You're just her emotional safety net. This is not love. It's emotional outsourcing. Instead of seeing you as her partner, she starts treating you like a therapist. Attraction fades when you become her emotional crutch. You're providing stability, but not the strength that builds true romantic connection. The old Stoic wisdom teaches us control what you can and let go of the rest. Don't let yourself be her sponge. Keep your boundaries strong. Be the rock, not the lifeline. When you're her emotional support, you'll lose the attraction you seek. Stay wise. Don't let this happen. If you found this valuable, comment below and share it with someone who could benefit. Comment to remember, I am the rock, not the sponge. Stay strong and maintain your boundaries, gentlemen. Rule 3. Don't chase her validation. You've lived, you've built, you've endured the highs and lows of life. You're a man with wisdom. You've walked the paths of wisdom that few understand, and you've come out stronger, sharper, and more centered. So why, when a younger woman turns her attention toward you, do you find yourself slipping into the trap of seeking her approval? Why do you start performing like a teenager, laughing too hard, texting too fast, and agreeing with everything she says, simply to hold onto her fleeting attention? This is the crucial mistake many men make. Attraction is not the same as validation. When you confuse the two, you lose your power. You start shaping yourself to meet her expectations instead of standing firm in your own truth. As Epictetus taught, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. You've earned the right to be content with who you are. You don't need anyone's approval. The moment you start chasing her validation, you forfeit your own self-worth. You stop being the strong, self-assured man she was drawn to and become a puppet on a string, dancing for her approval. That is not who you are. That is not who you should ever be. You must not shrink to her level, hoping for scraps of affection. This is emotional begging. The unspoken plea of, do you still like me? Am I enough for you? It doesn't matter how successful you are or how attractive you look. This energy is inherently unattractive. As you continue your journey, remember that Stoicism teaches us to remain grounded and focused, not swayed by the approval of others. The true power lies in being self-sufficient, in mastering your own mind and emotions. So, stop chasing. Stand tall. Be the man who knows his worth. Be the man who walks the path of wisdom, confident in the fact that you need nothing from anyone. This is how you win. This is how you master your life. If this resonates with you, comment below and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember, I am a man who knows my worth. This simple affirmation will remind you to remain grounded, self-sufficient, and confident in your journey. Stand tall in your truth. Rule 4. Don't try to impress her. Trying to impress her is the quickest way to lose her, and it's especially true for men over 40 who have already accomplished a lot in life. You've spent years building your business, your career, and your personal success. You've worked hard for those finer things, the house, the car, the reputation. Naturally, you might think, surely all this will impress her. But here's the truth, impressing her is performing. And performing is nothing but insecure energy disguised in a shiny, polished package. It's the subtle shift from being to showing. When you try to show off, to prove your value with your achievements, You stop being the grounded man you are and turn into just another guy trying to sell himself. Younger women can sense this shift as clearly as they can sense a change in the weather. The moment you lean in to prove your worth, whether it's flexing your status, dropping hints about your latest accomplishments, or flaunting your material success, you stop being a man they respect. You become just another performer. And that's not what they're looking for. You must understand confidence isn't about showing what you've got. It's about embodying who you are without needing validation. When you've lived as long as you have, you should know that the things you've worked for should speak for themselves. You don't need to shout them from the rooftops or dangle them like a carrot in front of her. Be the man who is comfortable in his own skin, with or without the luxury items. Show your strength through quiet assurance, not through flaunting. Impressing her isn't about flexing what you've achieved. It's about being real, being present, and being honest. The moment you stop trying to impress, that's when you'll truly catch her attention. So, don't try to impress her. Simply be who you are, and let everything else fall into place. Rule 5. Don't project long-term fantasies. Let's talk about one of the easiest traps a man over 40 can fall into, especially when dating a younger woman. It often begins so innocently. The energy is fresh, exciting, and full of chemistry. She laughs at your jokes, compliments your experience, and she says things like, "I've never met someone like you before." You feel the rush. Your ego puffs up. Maybe she's your ticket to something new, something thrilling. And just like that, you're already deep into fantasy territory. You start imagining taking her to that villa in Italy next summer, strolling through cobblestone streets under the warm sun, your arm around her waist. You picture her on your arm at your friend's wedding, everyone admiring your stunning younger companion. Maybe, just maybe, you even start picturing a future where you walk away from your old life to start fresh with her. A new chapter? A second chance at love and excitement. Here's the catch. Gentlemen, don't fall for it. This fantasy you're building, it's not grounded in reality. It's based on a dream, a fleeting moment of infatuation. You may feel like you're on the brink of something profound, but all you're really doing is projecting your desires onto her. You must understand this. The second you project those long-term fantasies onto her, she feels it. You don't even need to say a word. The subtle shift in your energy, your expectations, it becomes palpable. She might not be able to put it into words, but she senses it, and as a result, she'll start pulling away. She might get colder, less engaged, more distant. That is the power of unrealistic expectations. They aren't just internal struggles, they affect the very way you interact with her. Be aware of this. You're not just dating a woman, you're dating someone with her own life, her own goals, her own dreams. And if you try to mold her into something she's not, or worse, make her the vehicle for your own fantasies, it will never end well. Don't let your fantasies dictate reality. It might feel easy to dream of a perfect future together, but doing so sets you both up for disappointment. Instead, focus on building the connection that exists in the here and now. Be present, enjoy the moments you share, and don't let your imagination run wild. It's tempting, I know, but it's a surefire way to sabotage what could be a beautiful, genuine connection. At the end of the day, the only future worth investing in is the one that's grounded in reality. Keep it real, and the rest will follow. Don't let your fantasies shape her. Shape yourself first. Rule 6. Don't be her backup plan. Never fall into the trap of being her safety net, a placeholder for when things aren't going her way. If you're a man over 40, you must understand this. You're not some backup option. You're a man with experience, wisdom, and value. Do not allow her to use you as a fallback, keeping you in the wings, available only when it suits her. Life is too short for that nonsense. Let's be clear, you are not her plan B. You are not the guy she calls when the real love interest isn't available. You're not the guy who fills in the emotional gaps when her other options fail her. You deserve more than being the guy she turns to when things get rough, but won't give you what you truly want. You are not a comfort zone, a placeholder in the shadows. Realize this the moment you accept being her backup plan, you lose your power. A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life, said Charles Darwin. And that's the truth. The value of your time is priceless. Do not waste it. Do not settle. You're a man who has lived and learned. You've faced battles, and you've come out stronger for it. You deserve passion, not just comfort. If she's not committed to you, don't let her make you feel like you're not worth the effort. Do not waste your energy on someone who is too uncertain to value it. Never make excuses for being treated as second best. You must demand respect. You must demand loyalty. You must demand consistency. Anything less than that is beneath you. When you let her keep you as a backup, you allow her to take advantage of your time, your energy, and your worth. You're not some disposable option, and the sooner you understand that, the better. Let's make this clear. Stop settling. Stop being her backup. You are a man of value. Don't forget that. If this resonates with you, don't let your time or worth be treated as second best. Comment below, and share this wisdom with someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe for more powerful insights. Comment to remember, I am not her backup plan. I am a man of value. Rule 7. Never lose your mission for her. You've spent over 4 decades of your life fighting, learning, growing, and mastering yourself. The mission you've built, the purpose you've found, this is what defines you. Don't lose sight of that for any woman, especially one younger than you. Don't let the allure of her beauty or the energy she radiates distract you from what you've worked so hard to achieve. That's the trap many men fall into. A younger woman, with her infectious energy and captivating charm, can make you feel like you're alive in a way you haven't felt in years. Her attention feels like a breath of fresh air, but it's a dangerous game to let that distract you from your life's mission. You cannot, and must not, let her pull you off course. It's tempting. Believe me, I know. But the truth is, you've already been through the battles. You've fought the wars that shaped you into who you are today. Don't allow someone else to derail that journey, no matter how intoxicating her presence may feel. You've got a purpose, a mission that is yours and yours alone. That mission is not only a career, a business, or some external pursuit. It's the core of who you are. You cannot afford to let that slip away. Be cautious. Be aware. If you lose focus on your mission for her, you may find yourself adrift, with nothing but a fleeting relationship to anchor you. And when that relationship ends, as it often does, you'll be left wondering where your purpose went. Don't be that man who gives it all up for temporary gratification. Instead, stay true to your mission. Be steadfast in your commitment to what matters. This doesn't mean you can't have a relationship, even with a younger woman. It means that relationships should never overshadow the essence of who you are and what you're striving for. Your mission is your compass. If you lose that, you lose everything. That is the wisdom every man over 40 must understand. Do not let a pretty face or the attention of a younger woman derail your life's work. Hold on tight to your mission, and let that drive guide you forward. Rule 8. Be the rock, not the puppet. In relationships with younger women, especially if you're over 40, you must stay grounded. Never let the emotional roller coaster take control. 1 minute she's affectionate and light-hearted, the next, she's distant or frustrated. You may begin to question your every word, obsess over your actions, or feel the urge to chase after her when she pulls away. But let me be clear, do not fall into that trap. That's when you lose your strength, your direction, and your power. This is where you must embody Stoic wisdom, remain steady and in control of yourself. The most important rule you must follow: be the rock, not the puppet. In moments of emotional turbulence, the natural instinct is to react, to try to fix things, or to chase her when she's distant. But you must resist. The moment you lose your composure, you allow the relationship to dictate your emotions. You've now become reactive, and in doing so, you lose your authority. Let's face it, chasing after someone who's emotionally unavailable is not only exhausting, it makes you look desperate. Desperation is a trait that no woman, especially a younger one, respects. What they respect is a man who stands firm in his values and emotions. Remember this. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. Stay calm, stay firm, and don't be led by every change in her mood. Understand this, women, especially younger women, may test you, but a man of experience knows that his worth is not dependent on someone else's shifting emotions. Do not chase, do not beg, do not act from weakness. Instead, stand tall, maintain your dignity, and keep your center. You must be the rock, unmovable, unshaken, and steadfast. This will command respect, not just from her, but from yourself. The danger of becoming reactive is that you let your emotions dictate your actions, and that's a dangerous game. It's a trap that strips you of your masculine energy and weakens your position. You lose your power when you act out of desperation. So, what should you do? Embrace control, both over your emotions and your actions. You must remain composed. When she pulls back, stay calm and do not seek validation. When she's distant, focus on your goals. A strong man never chases. He lets things unfold. Life is not about controlling others, but controlling yourself. Be the man who remains steady, grounded, and unshakable, no matter what life throws at you. This is how you master life, by mastering yourself. And that's the victory you must pursue. And if you find today's content very interesting, please give me a word of encouragement by commenting "very interesting" in the comments section. That is a huge motivation for us. Thank you. Rule 9. Never buy her time. Never make the mistake of thinking that your worth is measured by how much you spend on her. Too many men, especially those over 40, fall into this trap when they date younger women. They buy her attention, dinner here, a gift there, a weekend getaway. At first, it feels generous, even noble. But here's the truth deep down. It's fear. Fear that without these gestures, she'll lose interest. And that fear, it makes you transactional. You stop being the man she's drawn to, and you start being the wallet she tolerates. This is dangerous territory. You are not a walking credit card. Understand that your value as a man doesn't lie in the price tag of your gifts. It lies in your presence, your confidence, your self-respect. As the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. If you're constantly trying to buy her affection, you're telling her that you're insecure, that you're compensating for something you lack. You must lead with strength, not by opening your wallet. Women respect a man who has the power to say no. They respect a man who isn't desperate to please. You must be the prize. Don't allow yourself to be reduced to a source of material things. Life is about mastery. Master your own needs, desires, and actions. Buying her time only weakens you. It makes her question your value. Think about that. Your true worth comes from within, not from what you can give her. You must cultivate that self-respect. It's the only way to command respect. Stop seeking validation through expensive gestures. It's time to rise above. Be the man who offers value through wisdom, strength, and authenticity, not just what's in your wallet. Stop buying her time. Instead, invest in yourself. Only then will you truly hold her attention. Only then will you earn her respect. Rule 10. Let her earn your depth, men. There's something that needs to be said, loud and clear. You don't owe anyone your soul, not right away, and certainly not just because you're feeling some spark, not even with the most beautiful, energetic, or unpredictable younger woman who might come your way. When you're over 40, you've lived, you've faced storms, both inner and outer. You've rebuilt yourself, sometimes from the ground up. You've got layers, you've got depth. It wasn't handed to you on a silver platter. It's a treasure, and treasures are not for sale at the first glance. You see, when we're younger, we often wear our hearts on our sleeves. We dive into relationships with a kind of reckless abandon, convinced that exposing all parts of ourselves, even the raw and broken bits, is the key to connection. But when you've lived a little longer, you learn the value of keeping your emotional depth close to your chest, especially when it comes to younger women. Be careful, my friend. It's easy to get carried away when someone younger catches your eye. especially one that's full of life and vibrancy. Maybe she's spontaneous, playful, and curious about your stories. Maybe she's seductive in ways that make you feel like you're living again. The temptation is there. You feel like sharing your past, your lessons, your struggles. You want to show her who you've become, the wisdom you've gained through years of living. You want to be seen for the depth you've earned. And rightly so. But here's the crucial part. Don't open up too soon. It's one thing to share aspects of your life, but giving someone access to your inner world immediately, that's a mistake. You must remember, not everyone deserves that access, and definitely not right away. Depth is like a fine wine. It needs time. It must be earned. When you're older, your vulnerability is a currency. Use it wisely. Think of it like a vault. If you open it too soon, or without caution, it becomes less valuable. You risk turning that depth into something shallow, something that no longer holds the weight it should. Vulnerability is powerful when it's earned, yes, but when it's dumped too soon, it becomes a burden. It creates an imbalance. She hasn't had the time to appreciate it, understand it, or even really deserve it. That's not the way to build something real. Don't mistake excitement for connection. Just because a younger woman seems interested in your life story doesn't mean she deserves to hear the whole tale right away. Give her the opportunity to earn your depth, not just as a way to impress, but as a way to build respect and understanding. There's nothing wrong with taking things slowly. In fact, it's the smart way to go. It's about setting boundaries. Think of it like this. When you're over 40, you've earned your depth, and it's not for free. You have the experience, the scars, the wisdom. You fought for your peace of mind, and you have the right to decide who gets a glimpse of it. The more you give, the more it diminishes. She doesn't know what it took for you to get there, and she may not yet appreciate the cost of that depth. Let her earn it by showing you she values it, by proving her worth in the same way you had to prove yours. You must be deliberate with your emotions, especially when dealing with someone who is younger and likely in a different place emotionally. What you find intriguing or refreshing, she might just find fascinating for a time, but she won't truly understand the weight of what you've been through unless she's given the chance to do so over time. And that takes patience. The key is simple. Let her earn your depth. Don't just spill your soul at the first sign of attraction. Allow her the space to appreciate who you are, and give her the time to show that she's willing to understand, not just admire. You don't need to lay it all out at once. What's important is that when you do reveal your depths, it's because she's demonstrated that she's earned the right to see them. Remember, vulnerability is powerful, but only when it's shared responsibly. Don't hand over your past, your pain, or your wisdom like it's some gift she can unwrap whenever she feels like it. Guard your depth. Let her show you she's worthy of it before you give it away. That's how true connection is built. Not by rushing in, but by taking your time and letting her prove she deserves a seat at the table where your depth resides. You must never forget that you are in control of what you share, when you share it, and how you share it. Be the gatekeeper to your soul, and let her earn access to the riches you've accumulated over time. All right, gents, you've just heard 10 powerful rules that don't just protect you, they elevate you. In a world full of shortcuts, gimmicks, and the constant noise of trying to gain cheap approval, remember this. The real power move lies in stillness, presence, and setting strong boundaries. Now, here's the key takeaway. You are not here to impress anyone. You are here to lead with calm, with purpose, and yes, with edge. If you've made it this far, it's clear you're serious about becoming the kind of man who isn't just desired, but genuinely respected by the women around you. And it all starts with living by your own code, not reacting or chasing, but holding your frame. If you found value in this video, hit that subscribe button, join the Brotherhood, and make sure you tap that bell to stay in the loop. And if you're ready to dive even deeper into mindset, strategy, and stoic masculinity, consider becoming a member of the Stoicism Win. We go further there, together. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep leading with purpose.